Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have the realistic Model 12-721. It's an AM/FM portable radio. I picked this up used off eBay for around $11. I'm a sucker for realistic brand radios. I just kind of did one of those, click buy now things without really looking at the pictures. This thing's kind of beat up, kind of worn out, discolored, but I still like it and it still works. So we're going to review it. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about dimensions real quick. So dimensions of the radio, we have 3 inches across, 4 inches high, and a case depth of 1.5 inches. It kind of gets small and tapers larger as it goes to the bottom. Interesting design. Makes it stand really well. Love that. So for size comparison, I have my ever popular Magnavox 39, which is an AM only radio. I always carry this. I love it. And then we got the ever popular CC Pocket. That's an AM/FM radio. You can see the size difference there. How technology moves on, huh? All right, and then we have the deck of cards. Iron Man. He's the man that can dance like no one can. Again, get an idea for the size. Cool. All right. So features of the realistic AM/FM radio Model 12-721. Like saying that. Left-hand side, we got this vinyl carrying strap. Very indicative of the 80s, though I believe this is a 90s radio because the AM tunes to 1710 kilohertz. But interesting that they carried over this older school equipment to the newer radio. We have a rib design here down the middle. Smooth plastics. This is kind of a blue color here. We have a white volume on-off for the radio. Pretty neat. Front of the radio, it's pretty basic. This reminds me of one of those inexpensive flavor radios. I'm not sure if this was called a flavor radio. I want to say it was like the step up, like the one up from it, because I think the flavor radios were AM only, and this was AM/FM. So flavor radio senior? Not sure. We call this one Blueberry. So you get the name realistic. You get this like little bit of design element here. A window for FM and AM, so you got the dual dial on the single tuning wheel. You can see that through the window there. Pretty basic. There's no lens or anything. Again, very economy. I'm guessing this thing sold for like 10 or 12 bucks. It's brand new. So I paid about what it should be brand new. It's pretty funny. Down here we have a black speaker grill, which I think is pretty cool, contrasting the color. And it has a 2-inch speaker in here, so it has decent sound to it, which I really like. For a portable I can carry around in my shirt pocket or coat pocket. Yeah, well, I'd say coat pocket. A little thick for a shirt pocket, but yeah. On the right-hand side here, we do have the tuning wheel. Runs pretty smooth. I'd show you, but right now I'm tuned to my music station, so I like to keep it there, and then we'll show you the AM. We'll do an AM band scan tonight. Here we have that more rib design carrying over. The bottom, I believe, has that same design going all the way through, but at least they didn't go over where the leg stands, so it stands nice and firm there. It doesn't want to fall over, which is a bonus. Top of the radio, we have our antenna, which extends out to a whopping 15 inches. Yeah, it gets decent reception too, and we'll talk about the FM reception here in a moment. Love it. All right, so back of the radio, you can see it's discolored plastics like it might have been in the sun for a while or something. Got the Radio Shack brand, a division of Tandy Corp. You got one screw holding this together. You got your band select FM AM on the back here. Earphone jack, I'm guessing single ear only. A really worn out label. So this thing was used and loved. I think I saved it from a scrap heap. You see the model number there. There's our AM range, 530 to 1710 kilohertz, FM 88 to 108. Runs on a 9-volt battery. So that's interesting. So 90s tech running on a 9-volt battery. Not bad. Custom manufactured in the Philippines for Radio Shack, division of Tandy Corporation, Fort Worth, Texas. All right, I'll show you the battery compartment, but trust me, there's a 9-volt battery in there. It can only go in one way. Pretty basic. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, then we'll fire it up, do an audio test, and then we'll cruise the AM band, see what it can do. So yeah, it's just a fun little radio. I'm loving it. Digging its size. Again, I'm really a fan of this size radio, because you can tell I got this little blocky Magnavox. I love carrying this one around with me. I always miss sports radio all the time with this radio. And this is just kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, it's kind of nice to switch off when you got these different radios. It's fun. So let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, like I mentioned. Okay, so FM sensitivity. I found about 45 stations with this, which is just right about average. So it gets an okay to good rating, which is 2.5 star. It's right in the middle. That's actually a pretty good rating for an analog radio, and especially an inexpensive one like this. I was pretty happy with the reception. And the selectivity, too, was decent. So I got an okay to good on FM selectivity. I enjoyed the stations I found, minimal bleed over, able to find faint stations if I wanted to. That's the nice thing about analog. You're able to kind of tweak it a little bit and search for those distant stations a bit. So yeah, overall, a decent analog radio on FM. Okay, let's go ahead and do an audio test. I had to split to this screen because I had issue with the transmitter being too close to the radio. Hopefully I can show you the transmitter, kind of how I have this set up, so you can see what I'm doing in the background and how this happens. How am I able to get the music from my MP3 player to this radio without Bluetooth? All right, let's go ahead and turn this up.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
right, you got an idea how that works. That showcase my setup. So yeah, on these older radios, you don't have an auxiliary line in, you don't have Bluetooth, nothing fancy like that. So to get audio that is royalty free onto this, so you guys can hear a little bit of music with how this sounds. Yeah, so you can see how I have this set up. I have a little MP3 player hooked up to the C Crane transmitter, transmitting at 92.9 megahertz, and I'm tuned at 92.9 megahertz on this radio, and that's how I'm able to do these audio tests. And I know there's a lot of discussion about what your ears hear and how my mic picks it up and everything else, and I'll be honest with you, I do enough of these that you could probably sit back and compare through all my videos that I've done this with and get an idea, okay, that radio is probably going to sound tinny because it sounds tinny on my headphones compared to the other radios Todderbert's done, like the Super Radio sounds awesome and bassy. Well, that's true, it does, and so you picked it up in the video, your ears are going to pick up that difference. That's why I do it every time, because you will notice that. So go ahead. It's a pretty deal to set up. Get those hooked up there. Yeah, loving it. So I'm going to turn that off. So I don't have any noise on my AM. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do an AM band scan. If you notice, I don't have red going on here because red and blue don't mix for video for some reason. It turns everything yellow. It's fun. I should know what's going on there, but I don't really have a good white balance on this camera, so we're going to go ahead and just do the little nice, inexpensive cardboard background. So right now, we're going to bring the Skywave out for my frequency check. It is 5:42 p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois, USA. And we're going to just cruise the AM band. Probably going to pick up some long-distance stations, hopefully, with this radio. And some locals for sure. That's all I could get during the day is locals and some semi-locals, but the selectivity was difficult on the AM band. Oops, I think I'm still on FM. Turn to AM. So this is CIAO, Brampton, Ontario, 5:30 a.m., 441 miles. And just verify that. That's this. Yeah, sounds better on the realistic. Cool.
Thinking about the layoff between games. Performances that are suboptimal. For the most part, I thought our guys handled it really well, save for the turnovers.
This is 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin.
Advance care to get you back to doing the things you love.
I think he's looking forward to getting out of the system before he gets tracked down by Comey and his
This
cronies.
is 560.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The answer,
yeah,
Chicago.
like Flynn and like the others, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
Behind us. Oh, Ikma. It's another word for whoopee that begins with a P.
I think this is 590. Check it.
For the cleanup, as my friend Mike Trahosel, one of the church ushers, showed up with a bucket and mop.
Okay, this is 600. WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 175 miles.
The good fortune of not being able to be seated in the church proper upstairs, and of not being seated somewhere in the middle of the church hall. By now,
I'm Dr. Mutton Candula with Advent, and it's what the others can't.
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
You see, 95% of snoring or sleep apnea sufferers.
Okay, this is WMFN, Peatone, Illinois. 6:40 a.m., 75 miles. Nashville might be in that static there. Let me just see if it comes in clear on the Skywave.
Have you ever had a doctor spend an hour?
Okay, let's see if we can get her talking. I think I hear her in the background, but it's too close to 670 on this radio. So barely picking up WSM Nashville with this radio. So 670 WSCR, the score. Really like this radio for local stations. It rocks. It's what it's built for.
What do you say? I don't know. Like, you'll be trying that in 3 years, kid. Isn't the adage of parents are like, if they're old enough to ask the question, they're old enough to get the answer? Yeah, I suppose. So, you know what I mean? It's like, well, they asked the question. Yeah.
Southern pecan and more. Don't miss out. Reserve your Baker Square holiday pies online today at bakersquare.com. It's quick and easy.
Blackhawks beat on WGN Radio. Here's Chris Bowden. Impressive rookie Henry Yoki-Haru will be away from the Blackhawks for the first week of
So jump right to 720.
at the World Junior Championships that begin next week. Fellow defenseman Connor Murphy thinks it'll benefit the 19-year-old long term.
Remember my first year, it's mentally NHL's training. I think he's handled it so well, and I think it's pretty awesome that he.
Okay, cool. Some music there. That's CFZM 740 AM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. My favorite is Zoomer Radio. It's pretty awesome. This could be 750 or 760. So it's 750. WSB Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles. So it can get those stations as long as they're not close to anything heavy. This is 760. WJR. Detroit, Michigan. That one's about 270 miles away. Yeah, it's really close to 780. With this radio, it's really, the selectivity on the AM isn't fantastic with these strong stations next to it. Here comes 780.
Let's talk about, quote, my generals, General Kelly. He's gone.
This is
General
WBBM
McMaster,
Chicago.
former national security advisor. He's gone. Now General Mattis, he's going to be gone.
It's probably time to give it a try, and I've been just happy as to be ever since. For a limited time,
See what this is?
discount code Dallas, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Dallas. Hi, I'm Josh Groban. 1 in 6 Americans don't know where their next meal will come from. These are our neighbors, friends, and coworkers.
So we found
These people need our help.
WBAP.
Visit
This is awesome. I was trying to wait for call letters. This is Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles.
I'm Josh Groban. Together, we're feeding America. A message from Feeding America on behalf of the Ad Council. Hi, I'm Billy Kinder, host of Big Billy Kinder Outdoors, heard every week right here on WBAP across the United States.
There it is. I heard him say it. All right, let's move on. She gets WCCO in this direction.
Something for all the kids, but it's not ever a really big deal. And then have one of the uncles that's not drunk that nobody knows who he is dress up as Santa.
So WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
Were you able to find one of those
So
that
we're
wasn't drunk?
down south, up north, out east. This is great.
So, you know, again,
That's a
my
fun
brother and I
AM
ended up
radio.
with a book, right? Some small book, whatever it was. Hello, the gold bottle practice funnel. We start quarterback in this draft. It's hard to do anyway, but it's certainly not as
This is
deep as that
840 WHAS, I believe.
right now.
So you're ready to go ahead and say,
First 80 rounds.
immigration, okay. Well, we're actually looking for another young quarterback. No,
Another development of several more years.
well, I
Okay, we found KOA Denver.
find that guy, and in the meantime, you need to have some
This is a
sort
good
of
one too. This is 890 miles.
Fitzpatrick. I mean, let's face it, I went through the list of free agent quarterbacks the other day, and it's not very long and it's not very deep. In fact, it's pretty unimpressive. The two guys that I like, and I don't know if they'd be better than Case or not,
That's a sensitive
are
little
Teddy
radio.
Bridgewater
Sweet.
and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those would be
So
the two
860 should be
guys
right here.
that I- whether it's volunteers, but the problem is,
Just trying to make it out. I don't think it's available. There we go. CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
Thing from pizzas.
This is the 870.
Marinated tuna steak served over a bed of sauteed garlic and baby spinach with marinated vegetables.
I think this is going to be $8.90.
Serves a sandwich menu with a variety of po' boys, even Cuban sandwiches. And for dessert, homemade gelato.
That was wrong. 870. WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Did you know that between Yolland and
Which is quite a distance away. It's pretty awesome going all over here. This is 865 miles. It's having a lot of fun with this radio. This is great.
Mississippi River?
Serving up this station. You're a mean one.
Okay, that was a little bit of 880. I think this is WCBS, New York City, New York. 750 miles.
Hi, Mary.
890 WLS, Chicago.
How are you?
It's going to go up kind of quickly now.
Your every golfing desire. PXG Chicago is located in Northbrook and open 7 days a week. Call 847-480-GOLF or visit pxg.com to learn more or to schedule your fitting. PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do.
WMVP, Chicago, Illinois.
The Acura Season Performance event is here. And like any family,
Shoba.com. 6:55 now. No snow is one thing as Christmas approaches. Now imagine a world with no Santa. Well, that's what shopping centers are experiencing this holiday season. WBC's Carl Stevens explains.
we're just a few days away from Christmas, and I was wondering if you're looking for a job. A temporary job.
We have increasing demand for Santas.
Increased demand for Santas.
Sweet. WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles. I keep getting these distant ones. I'm not finding them on my Skywave. It's funny.
Coast to coast in this Christmas country has gone up. So what are today's Santas up to?
Corporate events.
This seems a pretty reasonable question of why should he? And the second thing is, once again, I think if you make a gift to the government, I'm waiting for somebody to
1040,
correct me, Congress gets
which is
to decide how
WHO,
to
Des Moines,
spend it.
Iowa, 280 miles.
Correct. So it makes no difference.
And we go NFL or college bowl games. Got a lot of games
That sounds
coming
like
up this
WTAM,
weekend.
Cleveland.
Munch, your first time on our locks of the week.
I've got mine.
Go ahead. What do you got?
All right, I've got the Minnesota Vikings 5.5 better than the Detroit Lions.
So yeah, WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles, 1100 AM.
Detroit?
Is that game in Fort?
Detroit.
It is in Fort. And here are the most fun cities in America. Chicago ranks number 6. Okay. Las Vegas number 1. St. Louis is number 19 on the list. Hey,
Putting a little fun into your nighttime. It's Ryan Wrecker.
here's another one. Missouri ranks in the top 20 heaviest states. The 17th heaviest state in the nation.
Overnight America. Radio overnight on KMOX.
Missouri.
So you heard him say KMOX, 1120. That is St. Louis, Missouri, about 275 miles from me.
Marco, taking technology further
There
at
you go, a little clear.
marcovet.com.
Nice.
In the run-up to Christmas, online
Just visit JUL.com/Switch America. That's JUL.com/Switch America. A warning, this product does contain nicotine, and nicotine is addictive.
Sounds like it's 1140.
Seeing your doctor about the little blue pill. You know it can be expensive. And seeing the doctor and waiting
So WRVA, Virginia. This is Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles, 1140 AM. Sweet.
ingredient that's in the little blue pill is now
To get term life insurance through SelectQuote. Just 3 years later, I was diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
This is 1160 local.
The people I love most in this world.
the soul loves God sincerely and is intimately united.
Yeah, I'm just going to go over the top of the dial.
Even though such a soul may be living in the midst of
and he rides the bus on the bus
Coach's Corner.
Town Hockey. Wednesday Night Hockey. Super Skills. All-Star Game. Trade Deadline. Signing Seats. NHL Draft. Awards. Hockey Game Can. Grapes. Beauty. Let's go!
Sportsnet, the home of podcasts. Oh, there's more?
Fantasy Hockey. Sportsnet.ca. Hockey Set. Stanley Cup Playoffs. Stanley Cup Final. All in one place. Sportsnet. Home of hockey.
Hey, I was going to say that. Anything else, Sid? Heard it.
You got them all.
Introducing the new Lionel Lion Chief remote control electric trains. Now you can see and hear these
Jeez.
great train sets at the Christmas train store.
Cool. Lionel trains are pretty awesome. I never had one as a kid, but it'd be neat. You have a lot of fun hunting these bands here. This little radio.
Quite sure, and that's Nimrod's in the news.
Oh, music, not good. Have the music playing. Love how they do that on the AM band. Okay, so WMBD is Peoria, Illinois. It's 135 miles away on 5,000 watts in the evening. Cool. So we know where we're at there. It's 1470. Nice.
Guard, look. The point guard will be Eugene German, 6-foot junior from Gary, Indiana.
Possibly 1530. KOK, or not KOKC. WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio. 300 miles. This music here is CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 1610 a.m., 460 miles. Sweet.
CSKA Moscow. I'm Ralph Irvin.
All right. This is the Doug Gottlieb Show. This is America's longest-running afternoon drive sports radio show, broadcasting live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio.
Trying to figure out the quality for this one. I think it's 1660. Yep, barely making it out, but it was 1660. I could call it or someday.
You know, every year we get ready for the NFL draft and the NBA draft. The Predators and the Wild and Penguins face off in Pittsburgh. Upper check.
Must have a magic touch. Okay, that's where it tops off. We'll stop it there. A lot of fun. This radio's great. Final thoughts on the Realistic 12-721. Inexpensive. You can pick this up probably for under $10. I paid a little extra on eBay. You know how eBay is. It's always $10 or more. I think I paid 11. Yeah, this radio is probably worth about $5 at the most, $3 to $5. But you can have a lot of fun with it because it is AM, FM, and it works really well on both bands. So if you want a kind of vintagey, cool blue color radio that you don't see them for sale anymore, and the Realistic brand, gotta love it. Runs on a 9-volt battery. Some people are really keen on that. I love the fact that it runs on a 9-volt. I think it was Jeff King, one of my subscribers to this channel. He mentioned that I think he lives in Florida, and he had to go through some hurricane evacuations and people getting prepared, and all the batteries being gone, all the AAAs, AA's, D batteries. But then there's a ton of 9 volts there because nobody's buying 9 volts. Because nothing really uses 9 volts except for your smoke alarms and the old transistor radios that take 9 volt batteries. So it's kind of cool if you want a prep for a radio in a situation like that, and they're running out of batteries. It might be good to have a 9 volt battery radio that's decent on FM and AM around the house, just in case. And if you have to, and you are out of a battery and you have enough smoke alarms in your house where you can take one down. I don't advise it, but if you had to in an emergency, take the battery out and use it to see what's going on out there, and it's your only radio, you could do it because the batteries are there. They're available. Alrighty, well, there it is, the Realistic. I would recommend this as a buy around $10 or under. A lot of fun, nostalgia, definitely. And for inexpensive radios, they're great. You saw how it performed in AM, very sensitive. Not super selective, but it's a exploration, let's call it, of the bands. It's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a big like if you enjoyed the presentation. 2, if you like the Realistic brand. Check out the whole Radio Shack Relics playlist that I have going there. I enjoy collecting them. I have quite a few of them right now. And yeah, you can check them out, go through them, see what you think. I'll have it at the end of the video. And then, of course, comment below what you think about this model. Do you own one? Have you had one? Yeah, I just, this is my first one. I remember these being in Radio Shack, and I always passed it by thinking they were kind of kid looking, you know. And I was like more like wanting a tape player at that time. Yep, I wanted tape players. So that's how it was. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.